Hi, I'm Vanessa Juby.
Could you explain how neurodivergence has affected your life?
Yeah, of course. So it's affected my life quite a lot. My little boy Blake is 7 years old and he was diagnosed with ASD, so autism spectrum disorder, about 3 years ago now. So when he was I'd say about 5 years old. And my experience has been quite a learning curve from there to really learn as much as I can about ASD. And more recently also ADHD, which he is also now diagnosed with. So it's impacted my life enormously.
And could you tell me a bit more about ASD and ADHD?
Well, I'm no expert. I only have my own experiences of Blake, my little boy, but it does impact our lives enormously. Blake is fortunate enough to now go to a specialist school where the teachers are highly trained in dealing with children with complex needs, and he has a huge number of resources that help him to manage and regulate with his ASD and ADHD. And what you see in Blake, and I think is very common across children with his profile, is that he struggles with social interaction. He moves slightly differently maybe to other children, so he needs to stim, flap his hands, jump around and move a lot more in order to stay regulated and to be able to focus on his work. And really that is the ADHD and the ASD playing out together. So the teachers and I as his caregiver have to work pretty hard to keep him focused, regulated and happy. So trampolines, Play-Doh, lots of jumping, lots of tickling and running around to keep him happy.
That's really insightful. So those are some of the things that you do to manage that as well, so you regulate. And what advice would you give to someone who supports a neurodivergent adult or child?
I think just to take each day as it comes would be my main advice if you have a child with complex needs, because it evolves so fast. A habit or a behaviour that you see one day and you're struggling with could be gone in a week, and it could be something new. So really not to feel ever like it's too much, because things change very, very quickly. I think that would be my main advice. And if you are working with neurodivergent adults in the workplace, I guess my advice there would again just to be really patient and open-minded, because the way that a neurodivergent adult needs to work will be different. So for example, they might need space and time to decompress before a big meeting or after a big meeting. They might need to take a lot of notes or be very, very clear on actions and next steps. So my advice would be to be really understanding, compassionate, and just to provide whatever support it is, and to ask the question, what do you need in order to make this meeting run well, or what can I do to support you in this project? Just by asking open, kind questions like that, I think that's good for any adult, not just people who are further along on the spectrum, because ultimately we all are and we all have different needs. So being really open-minded to what any adult that you work with requires to perform at their best.
That's lovely. Thank you so much for speaking to us today. That was really great.
It's a pleasure. Thank you.